all we have in our instrument is breath as a connector. The way we breathe is also going to reflect the quality of your vibration. The shallow breathers are more susceptible to low frequency thought forms. They are more likely to have surprises coming in the form of depression, for misalignments, connection. So the core of it is the heart assemblage point. Is if you are in synchronicity with your heart assemblage, all other aspects of this low frequency thought forms, emotions, all can be repaired from here. And the qualitative aspect of this is how do you sustain it? The quality of your breath will define the vitality of you. If you are in alignment with life, if you are in alignment in the body, if you are in synchronicity with the cosmic rhythm, if you are in synchronicity with what is the emotion? Everybody in this world says that we can all rise with inspiration. We have so much inspiration coming from everywhere in this world right now. Every single day we get so much inspiration. What do we do with it? That means application. It is gone deep into the veins, deep into the crevices of our instrument. There is something called as dark matter. The stuck emotions either can go through understanding or by application of a process of a technique. For instance, what if you say you lie down on the floor, you're going to breathe 1,000 cycles continuously without stopping. You create such a strong stream of current passing through you, your vibrational field, which is a low frequency vibrational field, steps into a higher dimensional vibrational field. In those high vibrational field, you can actually witness the emotion no longer potent enough to be in fear. What is emotion? It's actually a charge, energy. It's an energy. That energy is being placed in different reference libraries in our instrument. They all come up at a certain point. Like for instance, a heavy intense emotion can also lead to a disease. It's discomfort to the system. It creates a pattern of negative vibrations which can invite bacterial, viral, germ, anything can attack a very low frequency instrument. So we all create disease invitation by our low frequency. How to dissolve it? Not easily everybody can understand the process of realization. For them, you need pure purging. You need to throw out. You lagu shanka prakshalana, right in the gut, cleanse your gut through salt water, cleanse it. You could use much more potent plant medicines. Those Amazonian plant medicines, you could use it to go to the darkest element in you. This is my personal journey. What I am sharing with you is that it is possible to remove the darkest matter which is gone to the crevice, and it's not easy to even remove it through the greatest kriya possible. It is all possible by invoking that level of that higher intelligence takes over, the mother intelligence takes over. It will go to the innermost core of you, and within a flash of a moment you can pull it out. But if you have done enough kriya, the process becomes faster, easier, because you are in an aligned instrument. The very intent, application of it and the results of it are very clarified. This is my personal experience. I have shared it in many blogs. That
share it now?
Yes, it is important here in an aligned instrument how a plant medicine works. It immediately sends the DMT point of your brain to unleash a sacred connection with your higher dimensional masters, and also invites your instrument to play with all the elements to invoke the purging mechanism. Where is the purging? It could pull from the core of your Brahmini Nadi, which is the sacred portal connection to the source, to the Shambho channel, the central void of the cosmos. How do we track this? Average person cannot even imagine that's how to even get to this core. It will take years and years and years of meditation to be able to access Brahmini. In a flash of a moment, it is available to us. That means, remember this, we as intelligent beings should be open enough. Kriya Yoga helps you prepare, align this instrument. You could do purging, you could do elimination, you could do stuff which is important to keep the instrument ready. You have to use intelligence to govern and direct what is required for this instrument. Sometimes we may, why do we need a herbal instance to come to us? That sometimes your readiness itself invites the medicine to you. The medicine is given to you. Somebody will walk up to you and give you that medicine. That means we are a combination of the entire cosmical elements. All these nature's gifts were meant to be as a bounty for us to interact with life forms, to interact with that higher intelligence. So there is a process of unlocking the DMT inside us, dimethyltryptamine, which basically means it is a portal for us to access our star dimensions, connection to the higher masters. All these are portals for unlocking the higher aspects of the design, which is not our privilege if you're just going to sit and wait for things to happen. So we have very less a window to experience the pinnacle of us, because if we are not doing it while you are still in your vital elements, we are missing the depth of the cycle. So it's important now to press all those buttons and make sure that Kriya enables us to empower higher possibilities in our life. Wherever there is higher possibilities, how do you invite a master in your life? How do you invite opportunity in your life? How do you become more magnetic? How do you become more abundant? How do you become empowered enough to access all the gifts that was meant for you? It is there in our channel. It is not locked, but it is not available to us. So availability of all these incredible gifts which was meant for us to be utilized to its full potency, Kriya enables. Kriya gives you the wings, also gives you the grounding. Kriya happened to this instrument when I was in the pit of this struggle in this. I had incredible pain in my spine. I was crawling out of the bed. I had tears and tears of pain of losing my mother to cancer. I didn't know how to even express this depth of pain. I didn't know how to sort this. I said, why is the human race so difficult that we have to still go through so much of pain and suffering? Is this the only way we're going to burn our karma? I asked the force, if there is an iota of truth in this whole process, show me the way. Show me the way of how to crack this code. I don't know enough. I'm feeling completely destabilized, debilitated and smashed. I feel, where is this ray of light for me to work with? The intelligence started flowing through me in the first as confusion. So many pathways opened. I don't know what to do, where to look. Everything looked bright and beautiful. I asked a master, what is happening to me? Why am I not getting clarity? He says, unipointedness, be here, the master guidance will flow. When the master guidance started flowing through me, this Kriya started happening through me. I wouldn't say I am the inventor, I am the receiver. I am a trance receiver, channel for this. So Babaji chose this instrument because it was meant for. It was part of our engagement and script that it was meant to happen. I was meant to receive this and meant to transmit to this. So many lifetimes of journey with this master. So he knows exactly how much to give me at what time. So why didn't he give me everything at one shot? He made me go through this process. First, light would transmit through this body as pain. And I had no choice. I have to work on all these constrictions in my cranials, in my neck, shoulder, spine, head, everywhere was bursting with so much of incredible pain that I had no choice but to either tap it, try experimentation. So Kriya happened is not just a classroom environment. It started as an incredible intervention which required constant attention. People would say, what are you doing to yourself? Whole day you are sitting and tapping and you're working on something. What are you doing? They don't know the depth of the pain I'm going through, what exploration is leading to. Everybody thought that this was just madness. But the realization started trickling down stage by stage. So many purges, so many transitions, transformations. Year by year, it only got better. I did not study anywhere else, but knowledge started pouring in from every possible angles. The whole process was to integrate. My biggest challenge was, how could I integrate this whole process and make sense and apply it? So I did not broadcast that I'm the teacher. I only started working on people, thousands of people, helping them realign the instrument. So Kriya is not just about doing some movement, but also preparing the instrument to come into alignment so that the impact of Kriya would make sense. If a person in pain keeps moving hands, he'll get more pain. How do you go to the point where you know how to release that pain? So all these sacred alignment points, how to drain the limbs, how to work on attuning the heart channel, how to unleash this struggle in the cranials, how to make your entire sublimated channel, which is your immunity channel in your T4 point in your spine, how to get the spine to come back to its primal flow, how to make our entire grounding channel work, how to come into the central vertical axis, how to get the toroidal flow of this instrument, how to generate more energy, more energy, more magnetism. More magnetism, stronger the auric field. So, Kriya is a process of combining all the aspects of this put together in one format, which is capable of making you more and more complete. I am not saying we are 100% complete, but we can be more and more complete, more and more focused, so that we can be best at what we do. Kriya does not tell you to drop everything and just become a escapist. It is asking you to just be so aligned that your art expression, whatever you do in your life, can be heightened. It can achieve its peak and be an incredible way of depth of human expression. I have seen this voice can be healed. This voice can be used as a mechanism for expressing the divine. The sign of a Kriya Yogi is the very voice can heal people. The depth of the tonality can heal people. The depth of the heart presence can heal people in this presence. Incredible shifts can happen just by being available. And I think the whole aspect of this science has to align so intensely without self-glory. That I am not the doer, neither I am the inventor nor the creator. Just an available pipeline, so that Babaji can work more intensely through this process by channeling more higher frequencies. So more and more readiness, more openness, more calibration, more alignment, bigger the opportunities for Kriya Yoga to become self-empowerment mechanism. So I interact with a lot of doctors, so many amazing cardiologists, the biggest of them are students, and I learn that what an incredible science through them, because when they start explaining what Kriya is doing to them, it's just fascinating to hear what depth of Kriya has permeated through this mechanism. And I am very deeply grateful to Babaji for, and I am constantly in devotion, constantly in gratitude for that very process, and it is only upgrading. Every time it becomes even better, faster, more applicable and more easier for people to accept and come to flow. All that we know about yogic science is small bits and pieces from here and there, right? So I am not saying we achieved the highest possible. We don't know the highest. We don't know we should not supposed to come to any conclusion. We are not supposed to come through any confirmation that this is it. Because this knowledge and gifts that flow unlocks the ocean. If you do not know you cannot measure the ocean. A wave cannot measure the ocean. So if you get a gift, it was meant to give a glimpse. For instance, I could see wireless fields running across the whole aspects of all the micro strands that a human is supposed to receive, in the form of light, in the form of sounds, fragrances, in the form of magnetic touches, in the form of creative intelligence flowing through. All are available. All the available channels. Siddhis means the depth of available channels granted in a particular age. All the Ashtasiddhis which were possible in a different era are not possible in this era. So whatever is granted to us, for instance, X-ray vision, lightless light vision, ability to see unreflected light, ability to sense and feel everybody's emotion straight away in one shot, ability to see through people what is happening through them, what is the thought forms coming through them, ability to get intuitive guidance at the point of need, ability to sense and get premonitions, warnings about what is an event is supposed to come, ability to surpass an accident just by divine guidance, how to walk through this life, how to drop that all that struggle that was considered as challenges are nothing but a gateway. So it unlocked many gateways. Like the gift here is right in front of us. Kevala Foundation is absolutely heaven on earth. How did it happen without I not working for so many years? For 16 years, I had not even worked before this incredible center took shape. Where did the money come from? Where did these connections happen? How did it grant such a phenomenal space, phenomenal structure, and phenomenal consecrated process that we are right now basking in this incredible gift itself? But that doesn't mean this is the limit of it. We have to enhance it. So many other dimensional realities unlock in us. So the gifts are constant. Along with it, small challenges come, but that means you see in front of you, what is this magnificent space? The gift is to access the best of everything without much struggle. All the most incredible music setups, most incredible musicians, gifted artists, musicians, dancers, yogis, everybody comes here. This pure magnetism. This is also a gift. Magnetism is this art of zero field, being in the zero field. We are not trying, the magnet is not trying to attract. It has inherently clicked into alignment with the Shambho, which is the purest central void. From there, the magnetism is inherently passing through the channel. Magnetism is also a channel. Like Guru, it's called a Guru Tattva channel. It is magnetically drawn to the source. So what is grace? Grace is pulling you back to the source. Magnetism is pulling you back to the source. We are all guided there. We are all going there because inherently, you don't get lost in magnetic channel. You are drawn back to the source. Same way, magnetism works in our life as clear indications that you don't have to struggle. Everything just comes to you because it was meant for you or meant through you. See the difference? Meant for us can be limited. Meant through us is even more powerful because a magnetic channel is governed by so many other interactions with different dimensions of existence and beyond. So wherever we are, whatever we do, we are deeply connected. Everything just happens as a gift, not for self-glory or projection. There's three stages. One is manipulation, another is manifestation, and third is magnetism. You don't have to manipulate, you don't have to manifest. You don't have to seek a desire. It knows exactly what to plant in you, it will just provide for you. The providence is available at the point of need, and this is abundance. Abundance is a sign of magnetism and a sign of well-being, of a clear, connected instrument. I was born in a musical family. My brother is a musician, he's an incredible santoor player. My father was a Hindustani classical singer. I was born in a musical environment. My mother also was a singer. So the music is inherently part of my biomemory from many dimensions of journeys. It is not new to me, yet I am not a musician, but the important aspect of this is how much do we actually use music as a way of permeation. I would stand in front of a incredible music system and the whole body would tell me whether it's worthy of being useful. This body is designed through music. Music is the genesis of this instrument. The whole cosmos was actually creation in flow, was the Vagdevi singing that melodic structure, and the celestial bodies took shape. Through vibrancies, the celestial body itself grew. Imagine, we are just a small little frame, an entire celestial body like Saturn, which has got more than 80 star gateway satellites spinning. All of them are born through music. That means the very genesis of all creation is music. This body was designed through music. If we cannot access music, we have lost the plot. We have forgotten what to connect with. We don't have any source. What is the source of this body? The whole channel can be brought back to its original memory through music. Music is the language of the divine, language of the DNA, the language of restructuring, language of revival, language of transformation, language of connecting, fusing, explosion and divine union. Music is actually a calibration, which is the depth of music is based on its melodic structure, rhythm, and important aspect here is the meter itself. The quality of the voice, which is tonality, the words used to bring about the depth of emotion inside you. If all these are not in click, it will just pass through you as background noise. It's there in the background somewhere, but it's not permeated you. If it has to permeate you, it has to inspire you out of your slumber and make you sit up right and say, wow, I never knew that such an incredible surprise happened to this instrument. From where did this incredible passage enliven me to the cosmic calling? Music was supposed to take you back to source. The whole cosmic music that is coming through all of us is inspiration to take you back to source, guide you. It was like a guided channel. All the great musicians who are drawing inspiration are divinely guided by celestial music dropping into them. They don't know where it comes from. Those melodies come into them, the structure comes into them. There is a meter, and that meter, if you go out of that meter, and that you will not be in calibration anymore. You can make music, but it is not permeating the depth of your heart. So calibrated music means there is a certain rhythm cycle to it. There is a melodic structure to it. There is the framework of this, as for instance, Gayatri is not a mantra, it is called a Chandas meter. 24 syllables put together are meant to unlock your channel to access all the 7 dimensions of existence so that you could access the Gayatri channel. So it has a certain structure, the way you say it, the pronunciation of that syllables, the delivery of that in the 24 syllable cycle, if it is clicks right, Gayatri channel unlocks in us. So this is a science, and if you can say anything is okay, then the channel will not open. So music by itself, it's not the potent, it's the application of it. So it depends on the depth of the musician, it depends on the depth of the prastara, which means a certain formation, a certain order, a certain calibration. All this put together makes you fully alive to the very cosmic source which is possible. So to me, I never studied music in this life, but it flows through me like crazy, intense, oceanic force. And it opens up everything. So music is, we are doing Kriya Yoga so that we can access music better. We are not doing it for just feel good. We are accessing the real aspect of Himalayan Kriya Yoga is to make you the most ready receptor to the most incredible cosmic music. Drums are the most incredible Mooladhara activation. So if you look at where the cultures have evolved drums, there is drums for different moods. Drums for celebration, drums for mourning, drums for war, drums for dance. All these are activation of a certain emotion in us. So the rhythmic connection with drums is, it works on your Mooladhara. It prepares you to connect you to the ground energies. So the more you connect with the drums, that means that much more grounding required for you. So in India we use rhythm and melody as a means and mechanism. Flute is used to unlock the brain fully. Drums is unlocking the Mooladhara, and voice is unlocking the heart. So you are on, switched on, fully ready for the cosmic explosion inside you. The drums are playing on the Mooladhara. All the entire instrumentation of our body is through the strings. The Swadhisthana is strings. All the string instruments, sitar, veena, are the stringed instruments which work from here. And this is your fire aspects. All the depth of your chants work on the solar channel. Anything that invoke fire in you. Okay? And this is the depth of the purity of the voices which permeate the heart. And this is enabling you to connect with the depth of devotion. Anything that the word itself The word itself is God. When the depth of the word itself invokes the inner spirit to become devoted to the source, to the channel, this unlocks. And this, all wind instruments which pass through the passages of your brain to unlock all the entire circuitry is useful for this. So once you access here, the pure innermost click of silence will invoke the higher channels to unlock. It's called the Unmani channels. All the channels unlock in deep silence. So even in the silence there is music. We have just known to access the cosmic music in silence. All this while we used all stringed or connected instruments of the earthly dimension. From here the connection to the cosmic music channel unlocks. So it will come directly into the channel because the heart is in place. It attracts the cosmic music to us, and then we are a full-blown intercosmic channel of light and music. Important aspect of what music should do. Music is meant to remind us of our divine component, of our divine nature. If music is not reminding us of the depth of ecstasy inside us. For instance, maximum pleasure is bliss, maximum bliss is ecstasy, maximum ecstasy is divinity. All of them are interconnected. Music is supposed to take us to the divine ecstasy. Music is to help us remember the sonic bliss. The very sound itself should make us thankful and gratitude for the very possibility that such an instrument came in shape, such an instrumentalist came in shape. So that means there's a beautiful interaction of the spirit. Music was meant to remind us of the divine in the shortest possible way. Choose music wisely. That will help you calibrate. So you need a guidance. If you're open enough, the cosmos is guiding you to the right music and enabling you to empower, and this will unlock your journey into realization fastest way. Music is God. Everything flows. Just be open and calibrated enough to access the purest. Kevala Foundation is a gift to us. I never knew that such a thing is possible, and I would be given the responsibility for, running a space like this. I had no idea of ever setting up a place like this. It was given to us as a responsibility, and as it is a consecrated space. Even before I even walked into this space, is already consecrated. When I walked in, I felt like a crazy vibration hitting me all over. There was sacred dance of light here. They said there's already consecrated space. All you have to do is build a structure. So this entire process was completely guided. I studied so much of design, and I came here, I became blank. I didn't know how this structure is going to form. So the right masons were sent to enable this structure to come into flow, and we have an incredible, beautiful space. By itself, the space does not do anything unless it has the presence of a live master. So this whole aspect of Kevala is to start living joyfully, living blissfully towards calibrating our entire aspects of life into a very supreme flow. What is missing in lives of ours is flow. And here when you come, everything starts flowing to you. You walk in here, the first frequency that is to calm you down from your emotional outer struggles, to come into a space where you become ingrained in the self. It just prepares you, first nullifies you and also purges you. It prepares you to throw away all the toxins which you are dealing with. So, and also the most important aspect is we are already in a very bounty of nature. We are in the valley surrounded by 360 degrees of hills, waterfalls, forests, incredible oxygen which is so pure. The water source is just incredible. We have mineral water which is 9.5 pH, and something magically happens when the bounty of nature mixes with the depth of the spiritual calling. When you come here with a spiritual calling, everything else fades off. Being here means to be fully present, to be fully with yourself, to be able to crack open the codes, to be able to access the depth of surrender, trust, gratitude, compassion. Everything starts to flow. And in that, you recognize what it is to be on this plane. Why are you coming here at all? What is the life purpose? What is your intent? You get to contemplate in a flash of a moment. It starts to all click into place. without even too much of effort of trying to be somebody else. You are within you. Even though you're surrounded by so many people, you are within you. Even if you don't have so many desires, it's easier to actually just ingrain yourself and soak in what is already passing through it. So at each row of these rooms are already calibrated to access a rishi dimensional flow. A rishi means an enlightened ascended being. These frequencies are passing. Each of the room I went and stayed for a little while to check it on. They are true to itself. We are not here to project any information, because each one of us are capable of coming to that realization ourselves, that what is the qualitative shift in our state of being, the kind of thought forms, that kind of energy dimensional flows, the depth of our awareness which is constantly progressive. Everything is just magical if you just allow, without resisting, without confronting the ego self, trying to be somebody. Just be you. It will all organically, naturally flow. Kevala is just a probably name given. Kevala means Shuddha Gnana, pure knowledge, unique state of being. And by structure itself doesn't make anything big difference, but the qualitative shift in your processing of what is our ability to live with minimalism, what is our ability to actually feel the depth of coming into alignment with life. There's something as a click. We don't know when it clicks. Nobody knows how the click happens. It happens in the least expected moment, and something magical transforms within us when we just are open. So Kevala gives you an opportunity. I'm not saying everybody who comes here suddenly gets enlightened or something. It just happens to us in a least expected moment, that all the components of you which has been fragmented and scattered comes together. There's an integration, and something magical takes shape. But all we have to do is drop expectations and come into that depth of possibilities by just being available, present and ready and open, and trust in the process, trust in the possible cosmic transmissions. If we are open enough, magic can take shape. We don't know how to word it even more better, but because I feel that a lot of us are here with the calling. All those people who come here to Kevala have a calling. If there is no calling, they can't even probably come in through these gates. There is a calling. If that calling has been actualized by fully immersive, absorbing ability, then I think the magic is possible. There is a certain soul script, you see. You have a soul script with a certain aspect of life, with certain people. Encountering a person, meeting or encountering can become a joyful interaction. And what level of interaction do you have? People say we can have a soulmate, you can have a lover, you can have a life partner. But important aspect is a connection with the Guru is many lifetimes of commitment. It is not a one lifetime commitment, because it is processing you to take you to completion. It's not an easy task, because you have to still remember to invoke that inner intelligence, to remember that it was meant to be a long journey of many lifetimes to be able to come to that level of liberation. So it is a hand-holding process, at the same time an inspirational process. So there is an interaction. A live master's job is not one-time opportunity. It is a connection which invokes you to complete the cycle. So coming here doesn't mean just physical presence. It is to invoke your innermost core memory of what have you come for. Is it a temporary shift? Is it just a weekend retreat? Or you just come for feel good for a little while and then go back to your old mode? So if you really are ready for an incredible remembrance, then coming in the presence means all your channels are unlocked for higher guidance. It unlocks the connection to the entire lineage of masters, and your journey is set, and many more incredible interventions may come to you as a surprise, and something magical happens, because it's a process and we cannot deny the process. But coming here means acceleration. All your so-called slow moving life journeys which had to go through several lifetimes, you constrict it. Instead of living hundreds of lifetimes, you can sort it out in 1 or 2 lifetimes. Everything is a combination, right? The divine has chosen us for a certain role play. Kevala is like the PhD program. Okay, final destiny. You can walk around the world, go to all the retreats, do everything you want, just go around everywhere. When you come here, the innermost calling comes alive. Why? Every piece of it is put together. All the fragmented aspects of it, what we have been missing out, makes us feel incomplete, is put together, and you realize that now or never. A sense of urgency comes to you. How can a sense of urgency come to you? Probably a small little musical passage can make you feel devotion. A small musical passage can bring about so much of current in you that you start dancing. We don't know what can happen. So I'm experimenting like crazy in all possibilities to bring out the best of the best in everything possible. We don't know what invokes a person to the purest calling. We don't know what clicks. Everybody is unique. When you have a large bunch of people, everybody's stage of life is different. Yet we have to find that commonality of what is possible. So what I do is I follow the intuitive guidance to play the music as per the cosmic intervention. The kind of breath work, the kind of technique, everything is guided. I am not supposed to sit here and plan out a schedule and work logically. Just available. I'm just open to higher experimentations. I'm just like a cosmic laboratory here. Everything flows as per the divine order. I don't have to try and schedule anything or strategize or logically try to break through. It happens. So being here means to actually start living the cosmic way. When we constructed this space, we had a deep calling from Vishwamitra Rishi that you have to build a 3.5 circle grid pathway with a Trishula in the center, so that you can invite a galactical cosmic rays, GCR, galactical cosmic rays, and this is actually happening here. It used to happen in sacred rainforests. This kind of GCR is available only in sacred forests. Now if we have the privilege of getting this GCR, I had people coming here from MIT and testing it, that they found this incredible cosmic grid out here. They said they could hear Omkar Nada, which is constantly flowing through this, and there were sacred vibrational fields which are operating in this place. So having access to a grid very close to your living space means even more higher possibilities of opportunities, because if you have to go to another separate grid somewhere far off, so much of travel, so much of logistics, everything involved. You just look out of your room, you have the grid in front of you, you walk up the grid, come into the center. I've had the most incredible transmissions, and I've had people also narrating their experiences of being there. It is multifold, growing every year with getting better and more vibrant and more alert enough to study each of the person who come here. They can be healed just by walking in that grid. I have seen miracles happening. I don't want to call it really miracles, because it is basically the science of alignment. So all is possible when we are in capable readiness to access such a gift. And Kevala by itself, the way it is designed, it was again a cosmic alignment. We did not even know what is this Vastu Shastra. Everything is as per the elemental flow. If you stand on the terraces, you get access to the most incredible wind and sun and moon and all the stars in flow. Everything here is in such a way that it is for the romance of life. Unless you have the depth of the romance of life, you are not excited enough to come to a fullness of your expression. And this is very vital, because people say, oh, I am sitting in meditations, bored and misaligned with life. Here you are experiencing the fullness of life. We don't want you to go through a monastic life when we are only working on celibacy and struggles and running away from life. You are here to experience the fulsomeness of what you are here for on this planet, to experience the depth of experience and the fullness of expression. Both are important for you to complete the cycle. Without that, it would be you repeat cycles. So here we are not trying to offer anything. We are enabling people to empower their gifts within, which are inherent, which are dormant. All the gifts come alive, you come back to your full potential, full-blown creative expression. I will talk about the book. Music, the Divine Ecstasy was actually a surprise. I thought I'll write one pager on these. What is that we are offering to people here? I studied people, what happens to them when they listen music. I always rove my eyes around and see what is exactly happening to them. Is their music really permeating them? Are they really sleeping? Is there something changing in them? When I look at their state of being, I know what is the depth of music that is passing through them. So it started intriguing me that what is the quality of the vibrational field of music? What is the depth of music, the hardware that we use for sonic brilliance? What is the depth of the music that we use? All of it makes sense when you are in a calibrated atmosphere. Everything matters. The space, the hardware, the depth of music, everything put together, and the quality of our intent. So when you start doing Kriya, your instrument is so pure that you can access music even better. So this experimentation led me to start writing about it. What is the depth of, what does divine ecstasy mean? Is it really possible, or is it just an ideal? So when I started writing, I started realizing I know nothing at all. I have to start from scratch. I know nothing about music. Started realizing that what a shame that I have born in a musical family. I don't know anything about music. Started studying music from different angles, from reading, from listening, and talking to my brother, and reorienting that what is missing inside us. We had so many music festivals happening every year with the best of musicians, and they all said it is important that you contribute to this music world. How? In what way? I am not a musician, but in a way I have to return the gratitude for receiving so much. So this music, the Divine Ecstasy, is my offering as a gratitude to how to make music really pass through us, and we can experience the Divine Ecstasy. So Kevala is like an incredible experimentation of how to unlock the Divine Ecstasy in you by everything is put together for make that experience complete. When COVID started playing havoc on the human dimension, it occurred to me that how is it possible to have a disease-free instrument? The intuition started coming to us that building the Vajra Kavacha through the Vajrani process. I started writing. When I started writing, I thought I will complete in 3 months and finish and offer this book to people during COVID. The more I started writing, more I realized that there is a huge dimension which we have gone missing, the missing piece. How to make this body truly come back to its incredible creative dimension. I said I'm not ready enough to fully write this book, and I should start working on myself. So for 1.5 years, I've been working very intensely on this instrument. First and foremost, the biggest thing that happened to me is the spinal alignment itself. The spine, which was tilted with scoliosis, has come back to its incredible straightness. This is a big gift, because if I did not reinvent with this whole situation, I would be still struggling writing about enlightenment with a bent spine. So that big learning which came to me is that gift is possible when you go to the pinnacle of your effort, and so that you can access the cosmic grace. So cosmic grace has aligned this spine and prepared me for writing even. So I stopped writing so that I could focus on more interventions, more guidance, more flow, more calibration, so that I could contribute better. So the book is almost done except for a few editing portion of it, and I trust that it will reach the right readers who are capable of applying that science in their life, and I'm sure at some point it will make avenues for people to know the depth of this science through practice. Important aspect of it is we all carry the star portals inside us without knowing what to do with it. They are all connected to the gene code, the gene keys, how the genetic keys are working inside us. So that means there is a certain alignment of the stars, the planets, the celestial bodies, and the entire portal connection to these. So that means our genetic streams are all influenced by these tremendous shifts in our way we are encoded. So our whole process here is to decode. Encoding is already done. We cannot change the encoding. All we can do is decode. That means to unravel the mysteries and gifts. It is only possible when you start reworking on your instrument through calibration, through alignments. So all this is possible when you start getting to the intricate aspect of the design. Sacred geometry is very important. DNA activation through music, through language, through mantras, through realizations. Then the component of gathering the creative intelligence together to integrate it through the Kundalini process. Then connection to the ascended mastery channels through deep devotion, through commitment, through service. When the whole component of integration happens on multidimensional views, the whole aspect of enlightenment is not for self-glory, it is for serving with more readiness. And through this book you will get an idea that there is so much more to do rather than simply sit and imagine that it's going to happen to us. So there is a level of commitment to understanding the intricacies. Godliness in the finest details, and we have to go to the core of this realization through commitment, through that level of readiness. So this book opens the window to more possibilities. I'm still writing, I'm still gaining more and more interventions. It's going to be an ongoing process.